Testing, testing, 1, 2. All right, hope you can hear us now. Doing a little audio here. If you can, let us know. It is Saturday, October the 11th, 2025. Summit City Distillers are hosting the Ridgetown Royals all the way from Ridgetown, Ontario, the great country of Canada. And it should be an exciting matchup here. It's a preseason game, and we'll see how this one fares out. All right, 20 minutes on the clock. Fresh sheet of ice. Action about to begin here. We see both teams lining up and ready. And it's hockey time in Fort Wayne as the pucks drop back into the Distillers zone. Thrown back, picked up. Now skating up the ice. Going to pick it up is Bateman. Tries to get rid of it. And trying to hold the line was Bruggeman. Now here comes a chance coming up. And it's Pope. With a look. Comes out in front off the attempt. Now brought up by Hess. Here comes Hess up the ice. Cody Hess with the puck on a backhand effort. Goes off the glass. Kept momentarily but cleared out. And here comes a one-on-one chance now for the Royals. With a shot goes wide off the stick of Wanger. Now the puck's going to be picked up in the neutral. And it's going to be played off the stick. Neely dumps it back in, keeps it in. Now picked up and played by Hoskins. Hoskins with it here on the attempted clear. Puck's played off the boards. Mallet there trying to get rid of it. Now it's picked up. And now on the turnover here with a look. Trying to get going, but back into the hands of the Royals. Royals not managing to get it out of the zone. And it is going to be picked up and dumped. And change goes for Ridgetown. All right, here is puck's neutral zone. Picked up now, brought in by the Royals. Trying to get something going was Campbell. Turned over, back to the Distillers. Battling behind the net. Trying to get it out. And now it's going to be picked up, goes off the skate of Ormsby. Ormsby's going to chase it out, takes a hit from Campbell. Now the puck's going to be kept in. Off of the hands of Aiden Witt. Now working now behind the net. Thornton trying to hang on to it. The puck's loose in the corner, and it's going to be picked up back into the neutral zone. Played by Witt. Witt feeds it. And going down on an icing against the Distillers. Face off, Summit City zone. Glove side of Zach Freiberger on the puck drop. It is going to be picked up. Puck's loose now in the corner. Now picked up now, looking to bring it up Thornton. Over across, now here we go, coming up the ice. BJ Lomo hangs on to the puck, tries to feed it across, and it's going to be poked out. Picked up into the neutral zone. Bruggeman trying to get it out, and it was kept in. Battle of the sixes, he went up against McKillop. And another icing against the Summit City Distillers. They'll try this again. The Royals haven't decided what side they want. And they choose glove side again. On the drop, it's going to be in control with a shot by the Royals. On the attempt there, brought in by Hudson Mallet. Met the glove of Freiberger, and they'll try this again. On the face-off. It's still for the taking. Picked up the Royals. Try it again. This time on a rebound. Pops out. Ruggeman on the clear. Feeds it into the neutral zone. See if Summit City takes a chance to get a change, but not. Now coming up the ice. Jordan Clark battling. Turned over. Picked up in the hands of Mallet. Ruggeman on the keep, but he feeds it right into the hands of Spencer Clark. Clark with it now. Passes it up, and here comes Wanger. Dumps it in. Going around on the pickup. Ruggeman trying to feed it out. Distillers throw it into the neutral zone, bench side. Now the pass across over to Campbell. Puts it on target. And it is covered. Coming up to try to pick up the puck was Eric Winter. As Freiberger let it rest a second before he shut down the play. Arnold versus Winter, stick side of Freiberger in the Summit City zone. And Winter's tossed out, and Hickman's in his place. Face-off goes to the Distillers. Looking up the ice, trying to connect to Hess, goes in and out of his stick. Now here are the Royals. Now picking it up, Summit City. Pass over to Hess. Tripping call coming up against the Royals. They touch up, and a power play coming for Summit City. The puck drop. It's going to be picked up Summit on the pass across. Hess feeds it. He picks it up from Bauer. Hess picks it up. Try to get a shot, but it's blocked, and it's going to be poked out. Hunter Burke in the penalty box for a slash. So here's a chance as it was cleared out by Lemieux. Kept in. Now the puck's going to be picked up, and it's coming up the ice with a short-handed attempt, but it's in the glove of Freiberger. Face-off in the Summit City zone. That coming up from Eric Winter. Still a minute 24 on man advantage for the Distillers. Let's see what they can do here. Face-off. Royals pick up. They draw it back and dump it into the attacking zone. Picked up Freiberger. Ruggeman with it. Just gets through pressure. And an icing against the Distillers as the puck was brought in and it was played off or pushed on the board, so not sure where Trey was going on the pass there, but we'll get it right. We'll try this again. Glove side of Freiberger. Royals pick up off the drop, bring it back out. Now picked up. Hoskins dumps it in off the boards. Ruggeman picks it up behind the goal line. Pressure coming from McKillop. Gets the pass. Caught in a skate. Comes back in the skate of Ormsby. Now brought up. Played. Wallem gets it taken away. There's another shorthanded chance. Off the boards. Goes out into the neutral zone. Now it's picked up and played. Shelkin had brought it in. Picked up into the hands of Hess. Hess lays a hit on Wanger. Now looking for it. Shelkin came in and put in a hit, but now bringing it up. Broken stick on the ice, all the way cleared around. Hess picks up. Hess coming in. Hess feeds it with a look and a shot, and he scores! Brett Bauer picks up a pass from Hess. He works along the boards, brings it in. Comes around, feeds a slot coming in, and it's a power play goal. 5 minutes and 55 seconds of the first period. On the face-off from center ice. Royals working to get themselves on the board, but it ends up just outside of the Distillers bench. And they will try this just outside of the attacking zone for the Royals. Now bringing it in. Takes a shot, but it's blocked. Goes behind by Campbell. High stick. Washed on the attempt. Hickman at the back door tried to pick up, but it was spoiled. Looking up ice. Drawn out of the air in the hands of Burke. Now turned over, brought in by Campbell. Campbell bringing it in with a shot into the glove of Freiberger, and it's shut down. We'll see a face off his stick side. On the face-off. Picked up by Summit City. Now working in the corner. Turned over, picked up, played. Wanger trying to get something going. It's cleared out into the neutral zone. In the zone, Hoskins with it here. Got a chase going on from Jordan Clark. Here comes Hoskins up the ice. Gets tripped on the call, and here comes a power play now. McKillop with a shot, and it's going to be touched up. Looks like another hooking call. So the Distillers find themselves in the penalty box here. On the face-off, picked up the Royals. Hanging on to it, working along out of the corner was Winter trying to feed it. And back into the Royal zone it goes. Lemieux on the pickup. Hoskins bringing the puck up here. Hoskins connects over to Burke. Burke coming in on a backhander, no doing. Hess picks up. Hess trying to get something going. He gets tied up with the official. Feeds it along the boards. And now it's picked up, carried Arnold. Arnold gets it taken away. Hess trying to spoil it here. Bruggeman will pick it up now back into the Summit City zone. Clears it down ice. Lemieux picks up and leaves it. Now it's going to be picked up Hoskins. Just over a minute of man advantage for the Royals as they come in along the boards in the corner. Now looking. Burke feeds it back. So he gets a little pressure there from Neely. Tied up in the corner. Hickman. Puck comes out. And it's back into the Royal zone. On a chase coming up. It's played out by Lemieux as the pressure was coming on from Neely. Back. Picked up up front. Almost kicked in off the defensive effort of Hoskins. The net is off. As good pressure was put on by the Distillers with 32 seconds left of their penalty kill. Hornsby trying to win the face-off there against McKillop. Picked up the Royals into the hands of Bateman. Bateman with it here. Bateman goes across, connects, but it goes in and out of the stick of McKillop. Now racing back to try to pick it up. Grabbed out of the air and shot up into the safety netting. Sticks collided. See a face-off in the Summit City zone with 10 seconds on the penalty kill. On the face-off, it's going to be picked up by the Royals. Just a few seconds remaining. Shot held on. It's Freiberger shutting down the shot from the point. We're back to full strength. Well, it was going to be Ormsby versus Shelton, but out he goes. Royals pick up on the drop. And almost turned over. Hit a shin pad there as Hoskins trying to keep it in. Now working back behind. Hacker with it here. He's down, loses his lead. And here we go up the ice. And it was poked away by Campbell on the attempt there from Wallem. Now picked up Royals. Feed it, and it goes in and out of the skates there of Shelton. Kept in, working it as Winter. Winter hanging on, goes across, gets into the feet there of Burke. Kept in, Hoskins dumps it around. And now it's going to be picked up. Here we go, looking up the ice. Wallem with it here, dumps it in. A change coming for the Distillers. And it's stopped by Lemieux. Just over the halfway mark. With 9:50 so to go. Distillers up 1-0. Poke, played. And up front with a shot, and they score. Trying to grab it in the glove. They hit the pads. Found its way in the back of the net. And the Royals tied it up. It was an even strength goal. At 10:17. Face off center ice, picked up by the Royals. Drop back by Bateman. Brought in now. Block shot, Ruggerman on the stop. Carrying the puck behind. Wentner on the goal, I believe there. Puck comes out into the neutral, and it's picked up by the Royals. 2-on-2 coming up. Trying to get through. Broken up on the connection, but it's turned over on a backhand. Goes high over the corner of the net. Cleared out. Ruggerman tries to get it out, but it's kept in by Bateman. Bateman pops it in. It's loose up front in the slot. Going to be picked up with a shot and a save on the rebound. Brought in by Wanger. Hanging on to it. Taking a shot. Ruggerman another kick save. That put on by Bateman. Now picked up, played. Slow mode, pushed it up. Now with the puck, Thornton comes back. Ruggerman with it here. Ruggerman tried to get the pass, could not get it connected there as it went behind Stratton. Now picked up. Hughes with a look, takes a shot, out it comes, loose. Stick was tied up. Good effort there, put on by Drews. With the puck there on the play as Clark had passed it. Comes back into the Royal zone. Drews tries to get it up. He does connect, and it goes in and out of Jordan Clark. Then off the boards. On the pickup, and goes down. And it's going to be chopped and hammered in. Now brought. And a hit on the missed cue on the pass. Comes back, and it's picked up by Hoskins. Hoskins will get it back to Shelton. Back to Hoskins. Back to Shelton. And the pass, the strap was putting the pressure on, comes back to the Distillers. On the stretch pass up to Hess, goes out of reach. And an icing coming against Summit City. Face off in the Summit City zone. Stick side of Freiberger. On the drop, it's going to be picked up by the Royals. They feed it into the corner, chasing it out, pick it up. Picked up Slater. Slater with it here. Slater gets it taken away. Goes up front, poked. Picked up Woods. But it's Royals. Try to connect in. Goes back and forth with an attempt. A shot. Out it comes. Royals looking for another. Going up front, trying to get it poked in was Burke. Going up front. Going up. Here we go. Taking a look. Coming up. Taking a look. And the puck's loose. Picked up with the defense colliding there of the Royals, but they came back and saved the day for Owen Lemieux. Back into the Summit City zone it'll go. Woods will pick it up on a no ice. Behind it goes. And here we go. Hess on the carry. Hess bringing it up. Feeds across to the back door, tries to pop it in. Now it's just near the corner, now behind the net. Hess goes after it. Now going on the keep, Zerman. Royals with it, and they just lop it out into the neutral zone. Ehrman on the backhand pass, goes across. Off the boards, doesn't see it, goes off the skate. But it comes out, and it's played. Now picked up. Hoskins feeds it. Looking for it. Campbell goes to just pop it in and hits the safety netting, and we'll take a face-off. Yeah, center ice looks like. .540 to go here in the first, tied 1-1. Face-off center ice. Ormsby versus Sheltgen. Face-off credit to the Distillers. Feeding right in front of the bench of the Royals, now picked up, played by Ormsby. Tried to connect there with Wallem. Now working along. The puck's loose. Going to be picked up in the slot. Now carried out by Hoskins. Hoskins with it here. He's got pressure by Wallem. It's dumped back into the Distiller zone. Picked up by Ehrman. Ehrman hanging on. Goes on the pass. It's a hopper and it goes back to the Royals. Picked up by the Distillers. Brought back in. It's Ormsby. Ormsby with it here. Ormsby on the carry, takes a shot. The last second stick, actually got stick saved up as he was choosing the corner. Good stop by Lemieux. And here comes the Royals bringing it up the ice. Try to dump it in, but it's going to be picked up from Campbell on an attempt there from Winter. And it's going to be shut down as Freiberger had to work a little bit to freeze the play there, but face-off will be his stick side in the Summit City zone. 4:37 here left in the first. Well, they'll go glove side. On the face-off, it's going to be picked up, played by the Royals. Comes off the boards. Now picked up, Winter. Penalty coming up against Summit City on a holding. As we see Eric Winter down on one knee. So Carson Salk held in the penalty box. Second penalty for the Distillers. They killed the first one. See if they can do it again. Lomo versus Winter, stick side of Freiberger. On the face-off, picked up Rugerman. Puts it on the board soft. Trying to get hold of Brook. Drews gets a hold of it. Tries to get it out, but he hits Thornton. Feeding up Hoskins. Hoskins with a shot. Goes off the boards on a pass. Then went to Campbell. Campbell holding on to it here. Hoskins will pick up, goes out of the reach of Campbell. Drop back. Picked up Hickman. Hickman looking up front. Tried to get it going, and the puck's going to be covered. He was feeding right on top of the paint there as Hunter Burke tried to pick up. But he was tied up. Freiberger read the play and shut it down once again. Still a minute 25 of power play for the Royals. On the face-off. It's going to be picked up by the Royals. Going across. Hoskins picks up. Takes a shot. And it's in the glove. Freiberger with an easy stop. Trying to throw it in the crowd and see what they can get. Freiberger can see it. Defense giving him the lane. McKillop going up against Arnold. Into the hands here of the Royals, right in front of the Distillers bench. Out it comes, and here we go. Shorthanded attempt, a minute 6 of it. Brought in, Arnold. Then he picks up the shot there from Bauer. Going up front, trying to get it going. A stop by Lemieux. Hoskins feeds it. Burke brings it up to Campbell. Campbell comes in. He's got the slot setting up. Throws it behind. Trying to get it going with St. John, but no doing. Now it's a battle of the 16s. It's Bauer against St. John's on the boards. Now it's going to be picked up with a look. Shot! And a stop. Puck's a bouncer at the face-off circle. Battling on it. Here we go. And good hands to get it out was Arnold. Turned over, brought in by Bateman. Bateman in the slot, taking a look, takes a shot, goes wide. Goes after the rebound, and he picks it up. On point. Throws it back around, goes through Hickman. Now working back to pick it up. Would it be Mallet? Opposite corner, now here we go. Down the ice it goes. In just a couple seconds, back to full strength. Second penalty kill for the Distillers. Royals looking now. Here they come. Bringing it in. Wanger hangs on to it. Takes a shot and it's shut down. Thought he was going to drop there to Spencer Clark, but he tried to bang it on the boards there and just played it himself and see if he can squeeze one in there, but take the face off in the Distillers zone. Lomo wins it back to Slater. Slater with it here. On the pickup. Up the ice. On the miscue, we'll try this again as Steinforth tried to connect there with Thornton, and we'll see this come back. We'll try it again right at 2 minutes left here in the first period, tied up ones. Lomo versus Wanger, picked up by Distillers, trying to get it out. Hoskins on the keep. Broken up on Steinforth. Steinforth with it here. Feeds it, goes in the feet, and comes out of Thornton, picked up Royals. Pass out in front, but picked up by Campbell. Campbell coming in now. He's going to look back. Campbell still getting some pressure. Feeds it. With a look and a block shot and an attempt at the back door. Hacker could not connect. Royals still with the puck here. Trying to get it in. Another backdoor attempt off the glass. They said it hit the netting maybe, or we got a, yeah, looks like it. Face off will stay in the Summit City zone with a minute 21. Stratton on the face-off, trying to win it. And it's going to be picked up with an early shot, but it was blocked. And another sticked out onto the boards. The shot was actually blocked by Justice Shelton. Now picked up with another shot. Goes behind the net and around. Fed, and out it goes. Now trying to go pick it up. It'll be Bauer. Bauer goes up against Bateman. Bateman feeds it across over to Hughes. Goes in and out of the stick of Winter. Another penalty here. Head contact. In the penalty box, we see Eric Stratton with just under a minute to go. Oh, cross check. Not sure which is which. You see going into the penalty box. Well, it looked like Bill St. John was trying to go in, so I don't know if there were two, but here we are. On the face-off, it is going to be picked up and played by the Royals. Still working along the boards. Hess trying to tie up his player. Hoskins picks up. Hoskins with a look. Goes out in front and back all the way around. He's going to try it again. He gets a redo. Takes a shot. It's blocked by Bruggeman. Another shot. Hits a skate on a player who is down. Looks like Carson Salkeld will be heading back. He was in the position he needed to be, but the shot got him probably where there was no protection on the shin pads, and he took a line drive shot. So Eric Winter in the penalty box here. Sells some 4-on-4 action. Face off back into the Royal zone. Glove side of Lemieux. They're still trying to figure this out here. So nothing on the clock here, one in the box. So it's 5-on-4 still. With a look. And a stop here put on. So some offsettings are in the penalty box here. Still a power play for the Royals. They'll have some carryover time if they can't get it here. They will have the face-off with 6.4 seconds remaining in the first period. And it was Hess versus McKillop. The face-off, and so they changed that up on the drop. And it's going to be picked up and cleared out into the neutral zone. And that should run it out here, and it will. And we will see a minute 5 of carryover time for the Royals when they come out after the break and have the power play there, but tied up 1-1 here so far. So we'll see what happens with the Distillers as they come out a man down in the beginning of the second period. So we will be back for the beginning of the second period with action here in Fort Wayne. You are watching. I don't know if I heard that right. Was it 5-22 on shots? Oh boy. And then favor of the Royals. They are pouring it on. All right, so we'll be right back here. You're watching Summit City Distillers hosting the Ridgetown Royals here in Fort Wayne in the APHL. We'll be right back. second period. And we are getting ready. 20 minutes on the clock. Fresh sheet of ice, face-off center ice. Minute 5, power play time. Still for the Royals. On the puck drop, still a battle. Picked up the Royals back into the zone. Putting the pressure on, trying to keep it going. Is Neely. Now it's going to be trying to look for it along the boards on the pass. It was picked up, played by Campbell. Hickman on an attempt. Goes across the crease. Now picked up. Distillers. Look up ice. And it is picked up last second as the pass there from Ormsby. Ormsby poking it, keeping it still alive. Looking for it. Battling in the corner. And here they come. Hickman with it here. Needs to go to McKillop. McKillop across. Does connect with an attempt. A shot. Out it comes. And another attempt put on by Hickman goes wide. Picked up by the Distillers. Distillers look to get it out. Here they come. On the shorthanded attempt. 15 seconds remaining. Now the puck is going to be poked out. Back it goes. Royals with it here. Royals looking to bring it up here. Here they come up the ice into the hands of Clark. Drops it back with a shot. Goes up off the glass and around it comes. Picked up and played from Bateman. Dumped in. Into the zone by Shelton. And a battle in the corner. Underneath, and the puck's going to be cleared around off the hands of Diener. Now working it. Loose it comes. On the full strength effort here. Picked up Diener, but it takes a crazy bounce out, and it's going to be covered on a hit onto Freiberger there. He was hit by Spencer Clark. An attempt sitting for the taking here. Now it's going to be covered out, played out. Steinforth with it here. Gets it out, and it comes back to the Royals' defensive zone. On the pass to Mallet. He puts it in, and it's going to be covered by Zach Freiberger. On 3 tries for the Royals. They can't get the deal done on the man advantage, but the Distillers got to find a way to stay out of the box as to not give up anything else. Stratton versus Hughes, gloves side of Freiberger in the Summit City zone. On the puck drop, it is going to be picked up by Woods. Woods sends it around. Schlater going after it, but it comes all the way out, and it's going to be kept in by Mallet. Trying to go up front on the backhand attempt, broken up. The puck sitting there for the taking. It's a battle. And a penalty coming. On a hook. Sell heading into the penalty box. Taylor Hughes from the Ridgetown Royals. Let's see what the Distillers can do here on a power play. Both the offsettings are out. And the last time, I think there were 7 seconds remaining, and they picked up a power play goal. So it took them a minute and 53. See if they can do it sooner here. Face off Lemieux. Glove side. Hickman versus Lomo. Lomo's put out. Arnold on the drop. Picked up by the Distillers. Pass with a shot, but it's broken up off of a skate. And it's cleared out of the zone by Dustin Hickman. Back to Freiberger. Leaves it go to Neely. Neely on the pass here over to Hess. Here comes Hess. Hess trying to hang on to it. On the hit. Working along the boards, but the puck's going to come out. Chasing after it, picking it up is Arnold. Arnold, it's a battle of the 21s as he goes up against Burke. On the pass across with a look, taking a shot in and out of the glove, loose. And it's behind, but it's finally covered. Thomas Neely on the attempt there. Face-off glove side of Lemieux. Winner versus Lomo. On the face-off, picked up maybe by the Royals, maybe not. Still loose, now in control by the Distillers. Looking for it underneath. On the backhand, trying to feed it, and it's going to be picked up and cleared. Still a minute 8 of man advantage for Summit City. Freiberger leaves it back for Hess. Hess on the pass across. Bringing it up. Neely. Neely's trying to get through. Comes up with the puck behind. Maybe not, and it's going to be poked out of harm's way, but Hess feeds up front. And now it's a turnover on a shorthanded attempt coming up the ice. With the puck, here's Winter. Winter comes all the way up, takes a shot. On the rebound, picks up on the back door, and it's shut down. Gaining it back, trying to get it going again is Wenger. Now it's going to be picked up and played. Here comes Hess up the ice. Hess looking, goes across, back in the center. On the rebound, picked up and played by Ormsby. Puck's loose, trying to get chopping it. And still working it. And the puck's going to be turned over and played up ice. 10 seconds remaining now. Shorthander coming. And the attempt there was shut down as Brett Bauer chased down Winter. Puck's now back to full strength. As the puck comes out, Wallem coming out on the attempt there, going up against Lemieux. He had to stretch out on the cover. Face-off will be glove side of Lemieux. McKillop versus Ormsby. On the face-off, it's going to be picked up and played by the Distillers. Bringing it in with a look and a shot, in and out, it's loose. Caught in a skate, still out, and finally covered. Ormsby and McKillop on the puck drop. Still glove side of Lemieux. They change that up, and it goes over to Campbell. Picked up by the Royals. From behind, Hoskins trying to get it out. It's going to come in, kept in by Bruggeman. Working along the boards, Wallem there. Bruggeman puts a hit on, trying to get it stopped. But it's a race down the ice as Hoskins picks up. Hoskins still with the puck. Now it's going to be loose. Back into the corner, it's picked up and played. And here we go, coming up the ice. Trying to get it going here, trying to hang on to it, and a call coming against the Royals. And there's some hitting going on. And I think that'll all go away here, so should remain a power play for the Distillers. On a slash put on to Ian Campbell. Finds himself in a penalty box here in Fort Wayne. So he is a tenant here, and the Distillers want to let him out of his lease early. See if they can do that with 14:57 left here in the second. Still tie it up. Man advantage coming for Summit City Distillers. Hickman versus Lomo. Just outside on the puck drop. It's going to be picked up by the Distillers. Bringing it up with a shot. Puck's going to be kept in on the attempt. Back to Neely. Neely with a shot, but it's blocked. Up into the safety netting off the stick of Hudson Mallet. Hickman versus Lomo. Comes back. On the look. Shot blocked. It's going to be kept. Arnold working it. Arnold feeds it. and gets a top shelf, picks up as the puck gets right in the crease. And the Distillers will pick up another power play goal. And this one from Brett Bauer. And that coming in at 5 minutes and 36 seconds of the second period. Should be Bauer's second goal of tonight. Face off center ice. On the face off from Ormsby. Went it back to the Royals. Merriman feeds it. It sips out. While I'm going after it along the board, it's going to be picked up the Royals. They drop it back. And now it's picked up. Winter fed it across, kept in. Shot, out it comes. Now on the pickup, picked up Ormsby, puts it back, feeds Wallem. Wallem, Merriman's got to come all the way in to get. Keeps it alive, goes through the stick of Wallem. Back into the corner it goes. Ormsby on the pickup here. It's going to be kept in by Drews. Drews with a look, takes a shot, block. Going to be picked up in the slot, and it's going to be kept in. Merriman dumps it back into the corner now, picked up by Wallem. Wallem with it here. It's behind the net. Comes into the corner. It's going to be picked up all by Royals. Going across, almost intercepted now. Played now up ice by Bateman. Gets it over. Winter. Catches it off of his skate, goes back onto the neutral zone. On the turnover, just a little bit on a delayed offside. And now an icing coming. No, they say tip. Picked up Drews. Drews with it here. Drews feeds it. It's turned over with an attempt and gets out of harm's way. Stays in the attacking zone, however, for the Royals. Trying to walk it in. On the block, Drews on the stop. Goes across, try to feed the back door and try to connect to Winger off the hands of Shelton. Now it's brought up. Clark feeds it up all the way, coming all the way in with a shot, and it's stopped. That on the attempt from Stratton. Royals with it here. They're working to get it out. They put it back around. Hoskins will come back to pick it up. Hoskins takes a hit. Penalty coming against the Summit City Distillers on the hit. Wanger picks up. Goalie sees it now. He's heading to the bench. Now it's going to be picked up. Now it's touched up here. Slater was tying up Shelton there and a roughing. A roughing call against the Distillers on Eric Stratton. With 12-18, still tied, or it's up 2-1, Summit City. And a couple of power play goals scored by the Distillers. But the face-off will be in their zone. Man down. See what they can do here. Hess versus Winter on the puck drop. Royals pick it up. Couldn't hang, well, they held on to it, almost spoiled there. Royals setting up here. Hoskins with it here. Hoskins with a look. Shot, pad save, picked up on the rebound. Royals still with it. Ridgetown here coming up. Taking a shot into the crowd. It's going to be kept by Winter. Back to Hoskins. Back to Winter. Winter drops it back to Hoskins. Hoskins chooses now finally over to Campbell. The puck goes up into the safety netting. And a minute 24 on the penalty kill for the Distillers. On the face-off, the puck's still for the taking. Now it's picked up, and it's going to be cleared out into the neutral zone. And it's thrown back by Hoskins all the way back and picked up Campbell. Campbell here with the puck. Campbell gets some pressure there from Neely. Now bringing it up. Hoskins with it here. Hoskins gets it poked away by Hess. Gets it back. Feeds with a look here coming. And it's a save on the pads there Burke on the attempt. Now the puck's going to be turned over. Brought up the ice, and here we go. Coming up now. Neely with it here. Neely goes down. Now the puck's loose. Now it's gathered back up. Hoskins on the pass. And he connects. Now bringing it up the ice. Hunter Burke. Burke in the corner. Picked up with a shot, and they score. He feeds it and gets it over to Campbell. So a power play goal. It took a while, but they finally got one. And they tie it back up. That goal coming in at 9 minutes and 14 seconds of the second period. Meanwhile, there's a conference there, center ice. All right, with 10:46 remaining, tied up 2-2 on the face-off. Comes back and picked up by Mallett. Mallett with it here. Goes back to Bateman. Bateman tried to connect there to Wenger, and no doing. An icing coming. Face-off's going to go glove side. Lemieux. Lomo versus McKillop on the drop. It's going to come back to the Distillers with a shot. Quick. Goes off some skates and get it in. Picked up Steinfort. Shot from point. Kind of ricocheted around. Steinfort at the back door. Finds the opening. But it looks like leading the way is going to be Salkeld. Nine minutes and 29 seconds. Face off center ice. So the Distillers get their one-up goal here. On the face-off, it's going to be picked up and played by the Distillers. Played out by Bruggeman. Bruggeman chops it back into the neutral zone. Now picking it up. Steinfort trying to get a hold of it, but it's going to be popped in the zone by Mallett. On the pass. Puck's going to be loose. Picked up by the Royals. On a change going. On and off sides by the Royals. Salkeld from Thornton. On that latest goal. The Distillers up 3-2. Near the halfway mark, face off. Going to be picked up by the Royals. Taking a look with the puck here with a shot. It goes wide. Now action going on behind. Trying to carry, get something going. Now it's going to be picked up, played. Royals with it here. Drop it back. Hoskins picks up. Tries to feed it up, and the puck's going to be turned over. Picked up by Clark. Jordan Clark with a shot in and out of the pads. Tried to get the rebound in his skates. Now it's a race and a hit. Stick broke. And the stick is broke there of Diener. Now trying to play through the broken stick. Slater puts a hit on it, and he's going to head to the box. See if it's going to be touched up here. And still no whistle. Finally, it's going to be picked up. As the hitting started there. So it hasn't been costly as of yet for the Distillers in the penalty box, with the last man advantage for the Royals. Gave them their goal number 2. And that coming from Ian Campbell, so he is out on the ice. All right, face off in the Summit City zone on the face off, picked by the Royals. Throwing it behind. Hickman lets it go. Still working in the corner. Puck's going to be picked up and played. Trying to feed it up front, couldn't get it going. Was Burke. Burke with it here. Back to Hickman. Now it's going to be picked up. It was played by Campbell. And trying to get something there was Hickman. No doing. Picked up by Hess. Hess with it here. Hess trying to get up the ice. Here he is coming up the ice. Bringing it in. Takes a shot. Just goes wide of the glove. Rounds out of the corner. And the puck's taken away from Burke. Picked up Hickman. Hickman going in. Trying to get a pass there. Picking up off the boards. No doing. Down the ice it goes. Held by Lemieux, and he goes to get rid of it. It's going to be kept on point. Unopposed as of yet. Trying to get it in, but the puck's going to be turned over. Played by Campbell. Campbell with it behind goal line. Pressure put on by Arnold. Now Hoskins bringing it up. 45 seconds, man advantage for the Royals. Hoskins feeds it back to Winter. Here's got pressure. Puck's loose. Picked up Hoskins. Hoskins now. Hoskins takes a shot. On the rebound. He reaches for it. Down he goes. And it's going to be picked up on a backhand attempt. No doing. Winter couldn't seal the deal. Now bringing it up the ice. Strong into the hands of Alex Arnold. Feeds it across. He may get this back. Comes back to him. Looks for some room. Shut down. Picking it up. Trying it again. On the rebound. It just didn't have an angle. Tried to get it stuffed in there. Was Bauer. Looking for his third. Face off, stick side of Owen Lemieux. On the puck drop, it's going to come out to the Royals. They go to launch it down ice, kept in by Diener. And they say hand pass. Face off just outside of the attacking zone for the Distillers. On the puck drop, it is going to be played now by the Royals. They're looking to bring it in. Goes in and out of the hands of Wenger, going after it. And the puck's going to be cleared down ice. Back to full strength. Wallem on the pickup here. Wallem he's trying to get around Mallet. It's up front, and the puck's still loose. On an attempt. Rolls off from the efforts of Cody Hess. Now it's going to be brought up by Hughes. Hughes with it here. Grabbing it out of the air as Diener throws it back. It's going to be a pickup here for the Royals. Battling in the corner was Clark, Spencer Clark. And the attempt, does connect. And kept in with a shot. On the back door trying to pick up, no doing. Still the Royals with it. Going up front. Have to pick it up on the backhand was Bateman. Trying to feed it in, no doing. Picked up Diener. Diener pushes it through. But it's going to be played. Hughes drops it back. On the pass, misfire from the stick of Spencer Clark. Still in the hands of Wenger. Off the glass. Now here we go. Bringing it up ice. Witt drops it in. Stopped by Lemieux. Lemieux with it here. Now picked up. Campbell looks for the pass, and it's taken away. Here's a chance now. Distillers with the puck. Hands it through in the slot. Gets hammered on the play on a slash. Going to be a call coming up against the Royals. And they draw the whistle there as Bruggeman goes back just to make sure. So another power play attempt for the Distillers. They picked up 2 power play goals in this game so far. 5:55 remaining here in the second period. 3-2 Summit City Distillers. They're going to face off man advantage in the Ridgetown Royals defensive zone. On the glove side of Lemieux, Hickman versus Lomo. On the face-off, it's going to be picked up by Hickman. Hickman's trying to clear it, and it's picked up by Burke. He manages to get it out to center ice. Trey Brueggemann with the puck here. Here he is coming up the ice. Gets it in. And he picks it up as he seizes through. In an attempt to get it out. Still in the hands of the Distillers. Trying to stuff it in the corner, and it's going to be covered by Lemieux. Hickman versus Lomo. Glove side of Lemieux. On the face-off, a minute 35, a man advantage. Picked up and played now by the Royals, trying to bring it up ice. Bringing it up, Hunter Burke. Hunter Burke retreats. Feeds it back to Campbell. Campbell goes across to Hoskins, and he dumps it in. Played, Freiberger. Leaves it to Ehrman. Ehrman with it here. Connects to Diener. Goes in and out of the stick. Picked up Steinfort. Steinfort with it here. Steinfort to Ehrman. Ehrman with it here. Gives it to Diener. Diener hangs on. Goes up against Hickman. Hickman spoiling. Down it goes. Goes under the feet, and it's going to be played. Lomo feeds it. And now it's going to be just out of the reach of Steinfort. That's going into the corner up against Campbell. The puck's kept in as it hits Hess. So it hits the bench first, I guess. And so face off in the Royal zone. 52 seconds on the power play. For Distillers on the face-off. Arnold versus Winter on the puck drop. Comes back. Royals pick up first. Goes up front, back and forth. Almost covered there. Picked up now. Arnold with it here. Arnold carrying it around. He's got some pressure, and he hangs on to the puck. Keeps it in the zone. Pressure coming out from Winter. Feeds it to Hess. Hess with it here. Hess back to Arnold. Goes across. Hess picks up on the pass here, and it gets taken away. As he picked up from Neely. Back. Freiberger with it here. 20 seconds on the power play for the Distillers as here they come up the ice. Bringing it up. Neely with it here. Neely gets it broken up, taken away by Bateman. Bateman goes to clear it, and it stays in. Hess waits on it, and it comes to him. Goes up, bringing it in, looking, on the feed, with a shot, and he scores! Lemieux stayed with the slot. He fed on the goal line, and the puck is picked up and played by Thomas Neely, who finds the opening and picks up goal number 4 for the Summit City Distillers. That coming in at 16 minutes and 7 seconds. Face off center ice. On the puck drop, it's going to be picked up by the Royals. Bringing it back into the zone. Shelton with it here, working along bench side. Wants to bring it up himself. Down he goes. Rides into the boards, taken away. Played now by the Distillers. Jordan Clark going after it here. Clark with it here. Clark with it, takes a shot. Picked up. Now played. Drews. Picking it up. Hanging on to it, going up against Hoskins. Just slowly finding its way almost towards the crease. Goes up front. Kept in by Diener. It's broken up. Diener's going after it. Keeps it. Now picked up by the Royals. Bringing it up ice, Campbell. Connects over to Wenger. Wenger picks it back up, a shot, out it comes. It's picked up, put into the neutral zone. And it's grabbed and played by St. John. Feeds it across over to Bateman. Bateman with it here. Bateman looks on the stretch pass, does connect, in and out it goes. Turned over Drews. Drews feeds it right to the bench. And the stick's gone from Hess. On the keep, kept in. With a look, taking a hit, trying to keep the play alive. Now picked up. Well, not so fast. As Bateman was working with it. He's got it now. Bateman's getting some pressure from Drews. He retreats. And he's looking to bring it in. Hanging on to the puck. He wants to get this shot off. He feels confident, but he does just put it in the corner. Diener on the pickup here with the puck. Off the glass, down it goes. On the chase, picked up Hess. Hess picks up here. Hess trying to hang on to it. Gets through, but on a stick lift, it's going to be played by Bateman. The puck still set for the taking. Hess with a shot. Throws it behind. Now working. Trying to keep it in. Now getting back. Woods going back with Slater to try to stop the effort here. Shot goes behind. J.D. Woods on the reach. Picked up now, played. Arnold gets it out to Hess. Hess going now. He's got help. Gets the pass over. Comes back to Hess out of reach. Picks it up off the boards. Feeds it across. Gets it over to Neely. Neely tried. Off the glass it goes. Hoskins up against Neely. Neely takes it away. And they score! Distillers keeping the puck alive. They find the right corner of the net. And pop it in. And leading the way onto the bench for the celebration is Thomas Neely. And he picked up one at 16:07, and here at 18:39, picks up another. Face off, center ice. Winner versus Lomo. On the puck drop. Picked up for a second there by the Royals, but won by the Distillers. Lomo picks up the pass from Wallem. Lomo going in. He's got some heat. Does connect over to Neely. Off the glass. It rounds out. Picked up Bruggeman with a shot. Looking for it, and it comes out loose. Doesn't see it was Lemieux. On the pickup here, and it's sticked up into the safety netting there on the attempt maybe to either Hickman or Burt. Bruggeman stopped the attack there and rolled up into the safety netting off his stick. Will face off center ice with 54 seconds left here in the second period. 5-2, the Summit City Distillers. Stratton versus McKillop on the face-off. And Hoskins brings it back into the Royal zone. Popped out by Campbell, now worked along the boards and brought in by McKillop. Goes across, Wenger will pick up, but he can't seal it. Steinforth picks up the intercept as the pressure was put on by Thornton. Steinforth with it here. Puck's turned over, but it'll come back to Steinforth on a backhand. In the glove, held on by Owen Lemieux. Stratton versus McKillop, glove side of Lemieux on the face-off. It's going to be picked up now. Well, that battle momentarily by the Royals. Oh, and a drop was a little soft, but now it makes its way back to Diener. Diener in the backhand, just throws it behind the net. Steinforth tying up his guy, trying to go after the puck, waiting for help. Help came of Thornton. On the attempt, off a stick. On the keeper there of Witt. Steinforth keeps it in, tries to connect. Royals will pick up. And they go to get it out. And it's picked up into the neutral, but that will do it for the second period here. As Summit City Distillers picked up some goals here. Made this a game 5-2. So that will do it for the second period. We'll be back for the third period. Hope you're enjoying the Summit City Distillers hosting the Ridgetown Royals here in Fort Wayne. And hopefully we'll get some highlights and some of the action here of shots and maybe of all the goals there. I'll try to get that from the scoring table. So we'll be right back. All right, getting ready for third period action. $20 minutes on the clock. Fresh sheet of ice. And face off comes back to the Distillers. Trying to get a hold of it, Steinforth feeds it. Across it goes, Lomo will pick up back. And it is now going to be picked up and brought up by Campbell. Campbell going up with a shot, snagged out of the air. Into the hands of Mike Love. Face off on his glove side. Winner versus Lomo. Hickman picks up, goes to Winner. Winner's trying to feed, and it's going to go to Hoskins. Goes in and out of his stick. It's going to be kept in, fed into the corner by Campbell. Hickman on the pickup, tries to connect. Hoskins on the keep, pushes it across with the shot. It's loose, picked up. Now working, Steinforth going up against Campbell in the corner. On the hit, the puck's loose. Picked up Campbell, tried to go up front. And on the cover, Lomo protecting Love there, gave him the puck. He shuts it down and will face off his glove side in the Distillers zone. Arnold versus McKillop on the face-off. Around he comes. Picked up and played out by Bauer. Working on it here. And the pass gets through, connects back to Love. Love puts it behind. Picked up Drews. Goes through the stick of Hess. Down the ice it goes. Coming back. And it was played by Bateman on the attempt there as Arnold was trying to bring it in. Hess to Diener. Diener tries to get it out. Delayed offside, connects to Hess. Hess feeds it over. Now trying to get it going. Coming up, Hess with the shot, and he goes wide. Poked away. Diener chases out after it and picks it up back into the Distiller zone. Tries to get it out, and it was almost taken away by Spencer Clark. Kept in. Goes wide on the keeper. Shot, and he score on the top shelf. Just picking it up out of the corner was Taylor Hughes. And he brings him closer. Hughes picks up the third period here at a minute 59. On the face-off, goes back to Slater. Slater can't hang on to it. Now trying to come up and try to get another one, and a trip. And the puck's poked, it's still playable. Now it's finally turned over in the whistle. Slater in the penalty box, and here's a power play with momentum for Ridgetown as they will see the face-off back in the Summit City zone with a man advantage here. Burke versus Lomo. On the face-off. Picked up by Bruggeman. And it's going to be hit out of the zone by Alex Arnold. Picked up by Campbell back into the Royal zone. Here they come up the ice. Campbell bringing it up. Campbell trying to connect there, and he couldn't get the puck to Burke. It's in the corner, on the feed. Now with the look, Burke tries, but goes up into the safety netting. Loma versus Winter on Love's stick side in the Summit City's zone. On the face-off. Goes back to Burke. Burke feeds Hickman. He's searching for it. Comes in and out. Picked up Winter. Back to Burke. Burke. Sees a screen set up. Goes back to Hoskins. Hoskins brings it in, drops it to Burke. Burke winds up, and it's blocked. And he's picked up and cleared. Down the ice by Arnold. Played by Lemieux. Feeds it down the boards. Connects over to Winter. Winter gets tied up with Hess. Puck comes back into the Summit City zone. Ehrman. Had fed it over to Diener. It's turned over. Now trying to get something going. Trying to feed it in. And a goal. Hickman, I believe, picks up the goal as he slid on the back door. So they brought it within one with 2 unanswered goals here early. 3:32. Off Hickman's goal. Dustin Hickman. 5-4. Face-off, goal center ice. McKillop versus Ormsby. Comes back to the Royals. Picked up Bateman. Bateman dumps it in. Working along the boards, trying to get it out. Kept in by Royals. Turned over. Off the boards. Drew's got it out. Now bringing it up strong. Austin Ormsby drops it back. And an attempt put on by Neely. Shut down by Lemieux. And even 16 minutes on the clock of third period action to play. McKillop versus Ormsby. Lemieux's glove side. On the face-off. Lemo wins it back. Takes a shot. Puck comes out. Trying to feed it out. It's going to be turned over. Picked up Ruggeman. Connects. Picked up and dumped around. Off the stick of McKillop. Feeds it back to Bateman. Bateman here. He's getting some pressure. Tied up in the corner. It's going to be kept in by Witt. And it goes back to Bateman. Now picked up by Clark. He connects over to Wanger. Wanger with it here. Feeds it back. Cycling through. Feeds it to Bateman. Dumps it in. Going back behind goal line. And it's fed around by Witt. Distillers working Steinfort. Ties up his guy. Lomo feeds it back. Trying to get it out. Could not clear it out. Was Thornton on an attempt there. High slot. On the pass, gets through. Now it's going to go through the stick, and it's a race back into the corner. And it's eventually picked up by Campbell. Campbell throws it behind. Working. Now it's picked up, dumped in by Hacker. Slater picks up. Slater goes to feed it around. And it comes back. Picked up by Woods. Now it's picked up and played now, and just loses it with Stratton, but picked up Slater. Slater with it, dumps it in. Mew plays it back to Campbell. Campbell getting some pressure from Clark. Jordan Clark brought in. Campbell with it here. Still hanging on to the puck, looking for Winter. Instead, he connects to Burke. Burke trying to get going. Now turned over. Diener feeds it. Trying to get going. Gets it in. Jordan Clark will go after it unopposed. Up front is Diener. Feeds it. Caught at the feet of Campbell. Puts it out in the corner to Winter. Winter here with the puck. comes Hoskins. Hoskins now. Try to get it through Hickman. Picked up Ehrman. Connects to Hess. Back to Ehrman. He goes across. Over to Clark. Back to Hess. Hess coming all the way in, trying to get it to go in. No doing. And a hooking call. So a timeout here. With a penalty coming on Owen Bateman. He's being tended to by the trainer. In the first period, the Distillers only managed to find 5 shots. And in the second period, they found 24. So they had figured that out. The Royals had 22 in the first period, 19 in the second. Now we're ready for face-off. On the power play here by the Distillers. Hickman versus Lomo, glove side of Lemieux. On the drop, Lomo wins the face-off there to Neely. Neely with the puck. Gets it fed across over to Arnold. Arnold over to Hess. Back to Arnold. Arnold goes in the slot to Lomo. He's got to go after it. Battling there, and the stick's taken away by Campbell. Hess coming up. He's got some room. With a shot! In and out on the rebounds. Picked up. Cleared by Hickman. Back down into the Distiller zone. Pressure coming from Winter. Picked up by Love. Love throws it over to Hess. Hess feeds it. Just gets out of the reach of Neely. Picked up and dumped in by Hoskins. It was stopped and played by Arnold. Now bringing it up ice. Neely here. Neely with it. Neely trying to get through. Hangs on to the puck. Goes up front. It's shut down somewhere, and it's under the right leg pad of Lemieux. With a minute 7 of power play time for the Distillers. Face off, glove side of Lemieux. Little housekeeping behind the net there. McKillop versus Lomo on the puck drop. And he wins it back to Neely. On a windup from Hess. In and out it comes. Hess keeps it going. Campbell with it here. Finds room to clear it down ice. And it'll be chased down by Neely. Held by Love. Here comes Neely. Up against McKillop. Over to Hess. Gets it through. Neely with a shot! And it rolls up off the cage there of Lemieux up into the safety netting. Still with 39 seconds of power play time left. Face off in the Royal zone. On the face off. Kept in. Play Witt with it here. Witt's going to go ahead and take one. Goes off the skate of McKillop. Distiller still with it. On a windup. Kept in by Bruggeman. Gets the wrister. Off the boards. Picked up now and played. Kept in the zone. Still working. Good tie up by Campbell. Just 8 seconds remaining. Now brought in. Got some room. Comes in with a shot, and he scores! Aiden Witt. He had some patience, had a little room, put it in. Looked like it was going to be stopped on the pad. Trey Bruggerman leading the way there. So he finally answered a couple of goals put on by the Royals. 8 minutes and 38 seconds of the third period. The Distillers regained a 2-goal lead. Face off center ice. Lomo versus Wanger. On the puck drop. And it's going to be picked up, played by Diener. Off the boards to Steinforth. Steinforth going in. He's got Lomo with him. He's taking off the puck. Lomo's trying to get a hold of it. It's going to be turned over. And looking for it. It's going to go back on the retreat. It's Hudson Mallett. And the puck's going to be picked up, played by Winter. Sends it back to Hoskins, who he picked the pass up. Winter picks it up here from Mallett. Back to Hoskins. Picked up by Ehrman, turned over. Puck comes across, going in. Hacker feeds it back to Hoskins. Around it goes. Picked up Steinforth. Steinforth to Ehrman. Ehrman with it. Up the ice, Hoskins stops it. And it's going to be picked up and played. Swanger fed it back to Mallett. Here comes Mallett. He's got some room, sees the change for the Distillers. Takes a shot. And on an attempt there, Winter finds a safety netting. And the face-off will stay in the Distiller zone. Stick side of Mike Love. Stratton on the face-off versus Spencer Clark. And out goes Eric Stratton. And in goes Trevor Thornton. On the face-off. Comes back, played by Diener. Feeds it around. Ehrman feeds it up. And it's poked. Comes across. Picked up by the Royals. On the feed. Turnover. Distillers working. Turned over. Picked up Hoskins. Hoskins coming down. It's got some help over to Hickman. Hickman picked up one up earlier, and he clinks the pipes. It's going to be kept in. Off the stick there of Burke. Picked up Ehrman. Ehrman with it here. Hanging on to the puck. He's going to come up. Working all the way up, and it just gets a stick lift there in the last second, and it just sips right to Owen Lemieux. So good play by Justin Ehrman to bring it all the way up and get an attempt. Picked up by the Royals. They clear it out, and here goes Hickman down the ice up against J.D. Woods. Back into the corner. Picked up Ethan Slater. Slater with it here. Hickman spoils it for a second. Slater with it now. Slater with a look. He's got some pressure. It's got it taken away. It's in the hands of Hunter Burke. Hunter Burke's going to come in and try one of his own, but it's blocked by Slater. Burke will pick up the attempt. Slater on, now picked up Cody Hess. And now coming up the ice. Oh, poke away from Brett Bauer. Hess gets it back with a shot. Hits the side of the net. He comes back, picks up his own attempt. Still with the puck here. Cody Hess comes in on the backhand, tries to feed the back door, but it's broken up. It's going to be kept and played now. Brett Bauer. And it's going to be turned over to Campbell, and he goes down. But he's still with it. Ian Campbell feeds it on the stretch, tipped into play. Off the hands of Spencer Clark. Fed around by Woods. Bauer tried to get the pass there, but it was broken up by McKillop. Over to Hoskins. Hoskins goes across. Kept in by Hess, going up against Mallett. It's turned over. Hoskins is looking for it, and he feeds it. Pressure coming on. Royals trapped in their zone. looking for a way out, and here they come up the ice now into the hands of Landon Hoskins, still with the puck. Gets it tipped away, but it connects to Winter. Tipped by Bruggeman. Picked up with a shot, blocked. Now looking, carrying the puck. On the pass. On the connect there was in the hands of Arnold. Goes back to Bruggeman. Bruggeman feeds over to Witt. Now coming up the ice is Neely. Turned over Winter. Throws it back. Campbell was going down. Hoskins got to come back and pick it up with pressure coming on. Picked up by Ormsby. Ormsby with it here. Feeds it to the back with a shot in the glove. On the attempt there, put on by Thomas Neely. Chris Wallem was going in, trying to pick a rebound, and he just kind of hopped over Neely's shot and landed on Lemieux there. .7:39 left here in the third period. Face-off, glove side of Lemieux in the Royal zone. Ormsby on the face-off. Puck comes out. Picked up Campbell. Tries to feed it up to Hughes. Hughes picks up now. Hughes gets some pressure here. Trying to just push it in. Covered by Love. It was Nolan Hackers who went down, and he just slid out to Love's left. On the face-off, it's going to be picked up, but broken up. Almost on an attempt there was a gift for Nolan Hacker. Coming back, Taylor Hughes puts the hit on. And a penalty coming on a hooking call up against Taylor Hughes. See, he was putting a good hit on the boards there, but must have reeled him in. And power play coming for the Summit City Distillers. Face-off's going to be glove side of Owen Lemieux. Dustin Hickman versus BJ Lomo. On the face-off, on the power play effort. Cross it goes, drop back, now picked up Neely. Neely goes across. Over to Hess, over to Lomo. Lomo hanging on to it. Feeds it back to Hess. Hess has got a lane, takes a shot. It's loose. Played by Hoskins. Now it's going to be still Distillers with it here. Hess picks up. Feeds it over to Arnold. Arnold with a shot, and it's solidly held by Owen Lemieux. Minute 33 left. Power play for the Distillers. Lomo versus Hickman, this time stick side. On the face-off, pick up Distillers with a shot and a look. Hits the shin pads of Landon Hoskins, and he gets a hold of it and fires it down the ice. Picked up by Hess behind goal line. Hickman putting the pressure on. On the pass drop, here we go. Brought it up. Now looking. On a tip, picked up, and scores Thomas Neely. It's another power play goal. So Neely picks up a power play goal. That coming in at 13:35. Neely's credited with that. It'll be a hat trick. Off the face-off, the Royals bringing it in. It's spoiled. Bruggeman gets a piece of it, but it's kept in. Neely with a hat trick so far today with a shot. Top of the crease there with an attempt put in by Bill St. John. Now the puck's going to be brought in by Justice Shelton. Shelton winds up with a shot. Starting to go wide and shut down by Mike Love. Healy, Hess from Arnold. On the draw, now picked up, played up ice. Be no ice. Chasing after it, Stratton, poked by Mallet. Trying to get it out. It's in the neutral zone, picked up by Jordan Clark. Clark trying to work through. Now it's going to be picked up, dumped in by Aiden Witt. Stopped by Lemieux. Lemieux leaves it go. And it's played by Shelton. Shelton wraps it off the glass, and it's going to be kept in by Bruggeman. Gets the pass off. With a shot and held on. Winner versus Lomo on the face-off is going to be picked up. Kept in by Diener. Connects over to Steinforth. Now it's picked up, and here come the Royals up the ice. But it's broken up. Now bringing it up. Drews drops it. Lomo. Lomo leaves it. Comes back into the neutral zone. Played by Thornton. Over to Diener. He pops it in. Thornton's got a hold of it. Takes a shot. And he rings the crossbar. Still has it again as he was fed that from Drew. Shot goes across. Picked up by the Royals. Now carrying the puck. Hacker with it here. Hacker bringing it up. He's hit off the play. Loses his bucket. Now it's going to be played now by Steinforth. Kept in by Hoskins. Picked up Steinforth. Now turned over. Trying to get it out of harm's, or get it to the attack. Winner picks up as he gets it from the hit that Clark took. Campbell on the windup, but it's blocked by Lomo. Lomo puts a hit on. The puck goes out in the neutral zone. Campbell regains the puck. Here he is. Takes a look. Puts it in on the Love. Comes out to the face-off circle. Picked up Woods. Woods with it here. Woods throws it up ice. It'll be icing against the Distillers. All right, face off back into the Summit City zone, going on glove side of Mike Love. Face off will be Distillers going to get it out. And a hand pass put on by Hoskins. So they'll take the face off. Just outside of the Royals' attacking zone with 3:55 remaining, 7-4, Summit City. Stratton versus McKillop, picked up and played now by the Royals, looking to bring it in. Was Burke, he connects. And he's trying to get the puck back as the pass there from Hughes. He is with the puck, Burke still has it. Goes across, Campbell picks it up off the boards. Pressure put on by Woods. Fed from McKillop, but it kind of stalls. Played by Campbell, trying to get through. And a high stick call coming against Campbell here as they're battling for the puck. And he hits Stratton. Stratton's heading to the bench with the trainer. It came out. So Ian Campbell in the penalty box here for the high stick. Official went to check him out and see what he gets on the high stick. Might be a double minor, or with the time left on the clock, he may be shown the door. And he stays in the box. 4 minutes on the penalty. Put on to Ian Campbell. Burke versus Lomo. Back into the Royal zone on the face-off. He wins the puck back to Neely. Neely with a shot. Comes out. Now played by Wallem in the corner. Wallem connects over to Lomo. Lomo feeds. Bruggeman with a shot. Out of the pads into the corner it goes. Played by Neely. To Bruggeman. Bruggeman with a shot, but it's blocked by Hickman up into the safety netting. Three minutes and 40 seconds on the power play for the Distillers, but 3 minutes and 7 seconds remain here in the third period. Lomo wins the faceoff back to Bruggeman. Bruggeman feeds it, but it just gets through. Now a battle. Shelton trying to tie it up, pokes it up. And Bruggeman tried to keep it, and down he goes against Hickman, but he hangs on to it. Then he gets the pad fed over to the pass over to Neely, over to Lomo. Lomo back to Bruggeman. Bruggeman, he connects. And a shot, and it almost hopped over the effort from Thomas Neely. Lomo. Lomo with it. Back to Neely. Neely with a shot, blockered. It's going to be picked up by Burke and almost connect to Hickman. Bruggeman goes back as the puck dies as it's coming back. Hickman will get a chance to maybe try to spoil this pass. Down goes Bruggeman. Now it's picked up, played by Neely. Neely coming up ice. Goes over to Wallem, goes in and out of the stick. Hoskins going back to pick it up. Hoskins trying to tie it up along the boards. Puck is tied up, but is pushed out. Played by Neely across. And it's going to be kept in by Justin Ehrman. Ehrman feeds across, but it's intercepted. The puck's picked up and launched down the ice by Hoskins off the boards. Love touches it up. Now picked up by Ormsby. Austin Ormsby with the puck. Connects on the pass. Ehrman just hops over, but it stands up and goes on target. Ehrman goes after it. Play still alive. Into the hands there. Thornton switches it up. Kept by Diener. Puck's going to be now picked up, played by Neely. Back into the corner it goes, legging it out is Ormsby. Ormsby feeds it back around and goes through. Now picked up Neely. Neely with it, takes a hit, and a penalty coming. As the penalty will come now. On the delay here against the Royals. Bringing it up, trying to get it through, goes down. And it's finally touched up. On a holding call against the Royals with 47.6 seconds remaining. 1:20 still on power play for the Distillers. Now the box is filling up for the Ridgetown Royals. Hickman in the penalty box. Two-man advantage here for the Distillers. Warner versus Lomo, wins it back to Drews. Drews goes across to Slater. Slater with a wrister, off the pads, picked up. Oh, the back door was wide open for Jordan Clark. Now it's picked up and cleared down ice by Winter. Love with the puck. Pressure coming from Burke. Up the ice, it's touched up. Picked up and dumped back down the ice by Shelton. Stopped by Love. Pressure coming out from Burke. Gets the pass up to Slater. And the pass behind Clark. Picked up. Jordan Clark with it here. Feeds it across. Picked up with a shot. Goes wide. Clark couldn't get up in time to get the puck. Now Burke coming down the ice trying to get one here. On the dive. He gets through it. Gets hit by Drews. And now we'll do it as the Summit City Distillers in front of the home crowd come up and pick up a victory over the Ridgetown Royals. I believe the last game was 7-3 up in Ontario, and today here in Fort Wayne, the Distillers came out 7-4. They did all the work there in the second period. It started coming alive for the Royals here in the beginning of the third, but a few more goals put on. Neely getting a hat trick in this effort here, and what a game it was. So home opener for Summit City Distillers will be November the 22nd. So giving you a little pregame show here of how that season may start out. They went all the way to finals up in Niagara last year. And what is a game? So good effort put on by the Summit City Distillers. We're glad to bring you today's game. Give you a little taste of what the season will look like when it starts in November. So we are so happy to see you here, see the fans come out for the home team in the second year effort for the Summit City Distillers. For all of us here in Fort Wayne, we want to thank you for tuning in and watching. And remember, wherever you go tonight, be safe. And if you need a ride, call someone, because someone loves you. They want to see you back home. For all of us here in Fort Wayne, congratulations to the Summit City Distillers. And that's our show, and that'll do it for us here. Have a good night.